Aquarius, everyone talks about awakening as a blessing. But what if awakening too much, too fast, becomes the biggest danger of this 11th of November portal? This is not your usual ascension message. This is a spiritual intervention. The energies of November 11th are opening the final gate, the one that tests how well you can balance heaven and earth. And for you, the visionary of the zodiac, that balance could be the difference between evolution and collapse. Stay until the end, because by the final point, you'll understand exactly why your light is being tested harder than ever before. The overload. When too much light burns the system. Aquarius, as this powerful 1111 portal peaks, your frequency is skyrocketing. You're absorbing higher cosmic light codes faster than your human body has ever experienced before. Streams of information, visions, symbols, ancestral memories, divine downloads, all rush through your consciousness like lightning through a storm cloud. And yet, here's the hidden danger no one talks about. Too much light can burn your system. The human nervous system, as miraculous as it is, was not designed to hold infinite voltage all at once. When Uranus, your ruling planet, turns up its intensity, it acts like a cosmic electric current. You, the water bearer, are the conduit. But when the energy floods too fast, even the most awakened souls can short-circuit. During this 1111 alignment, Uranus is pulsing with higher plasma waves. This isn't metaphor. It's energy that your auric field feels before your mind can even process it. You may notice sudden bursts of insight, emotional highs that flip to lows within hours, or nights where sleep feels impossible. Your dreams might become hyper-vivid, prophetic even. You might wake up at 3:33 a.m., sensing movement in the unseen. You may start picking up emotions that aren't even yours. Collective energy waves washing through your empathic field. But this doesn't always mean you're ascending. Sometimes it means you're overloaded. It's not that something's wrong with you. It's that your system is processing too much light too quickly. Aquarius, you are ruled by the planet of awakening, rebellion, and innovation. You were born to break boundaries, to question, to transcend. But this 1111 portal is teaching you one of the hardest spiritual lessons of all. Even enlightenment must respect the limits of the vessel. Think of it like this. Your body is the sacred temple that holds the divine current. If the voltage becomes too high without grounding, the current has nowhere to go but inward, turning divine energy into restlessness, anxiety, or confusion. You might feel jittery, lightheaded, or even emotionally detached. These are not signs of regression. They're signs your body is adjusting to the upgrade. The universe isn't asking you to escape Earth. It's asking you to anchor heaven through your body. The light coming in through this portal is meant to move through you, not just into you. So what's the medicine for this cosmic overload? It's grounding, deeply, intentionally, daily. Take long salt baths to cleanse your energy field. Walk barefoot on grass or soil to reconnect your electromagnetic rhythm to Earth's heartbeat. Eat grounding foods, roots, lentils, cacao, warm soups, anything that reminds your body it's safe to be human. Because enlightenment without embodiment is like electricity without a wire, powerful but dangerous. Astrologically, the moon squaring Uranus on November 11th highlights emotional volatility when energy isn't stabilized. That's why some Aquarians may feel waves of irritability or even physical fatigue, not because something is wrong, but because the body is recalibrating to hold higher voltage. You're not going crazy, you're being rewired. This rewiring is sacred. It's the process of turning old density into light, but it demands patience. Think of it as a software upgrade for your soul. You wouldn't pull the plug halfway through, right? Similarly, your system needs time to integrate. Drink more water than usual. Step away from digital noise. Rest more than your mind thinks you should. And when you feel the intensity building, the tingling in your crown, the heaviness in your third eye, the surges of emotion that rise for no reason, take a deep breath and whisper to yourself, I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I channel light safely and with grace, because that's what you truly are, Aquarius. A cosmic bridge. You don't have to contain all the light. You just have to let it flow. So remember, the goal of this portal isn't to hold all the light. It's to channel it gracefully, to allow your divine essence to move through your human form with ease. Because when you learn to balance power with presence, you become not just a vessel of awakening, you become its living embodiment. And that, Aquarius, is how you master the storm instead of being struck by it. The isolation trap, mistaking disconnection for awakening. Aquarius, here comes the second hidden danger of this 11th of November portal. And it's one of the most deceptive, confusing spiritual detachment with spiritual disconnection. As your vibration rises, your perception of reality changes. The same people, conversations, and environments that once felt comfortable suddenly feel dense, noisy, and foreign. You begin to sense the energetic undercurrents behind words, the unspoken motives behind smiles, and the collective exhaustion lingering in every crowd. You start withdrawing, not out of arrogance, but out of protection. Solitude becomes your sanctuary. Silence feels like oxygen. You crave peace so deeply that even small talk feels like sandpaper on your soul. And yet, Aquarius, here lies the cosmic danger. What begins as healthy detachment can quietly turn into emotional exile. The more you ascend, the easier it is to mistake loneliness for enlightenment. You convince yourself that isolation is proof of your higher frequency. You say, I'm just ahead of everyone else, or I don't fit in because I'm different. But the truth is more tender. Sometimes your isolation isn't awakening. It's a defense mechanism against heartbreak, misunderstanding, or exhaustion. The universe is teaching you discernment, not separation. During this 11th of November portal, Mercury aligns with the galactic center, a celestial position that amplifies divine communication, downloads, and intuitive flashes. But this alignment only reaches its full power when your heart stays open to humanity. Because Aquarius, your mission has never been to ascend away from the world. It's to lead the world through the storm. You're the water bearer. You carry truth for humanity, not away from it. If you drift too far into isolation, something subtle begins to shift inside you. Your once clear guidance becomes distorted. Clarity turns into superiority. Detachment turns into numbness. Wisdom turns into weariness. The mind whispers, you've outgrown them. But the soul cries, I miss connection. Remember, the ego loves to hide inside spiritual language. It can make isolation sound noble, like solitude equals sainthood. But even prophets came down from the mountain to serve the people. Even mystics returned from the cave to share what they'd seen. You are not being asked to reject humanity. You're being asked to see humanity differently. Your empathy is your compass. Your compassion is your stabilizer. When you close your heart in the name of protection, you dim the very light you were born to share. So what can you do when this isolation trap appears? Reconnect gently, intentionally, lovingly. Touch the world again. Step outside and feel the wind against your skin. Let the rhythm of life remind you that you're not separate from it. You are it. Send a message to a friend who makes you laugh. Visit a local cafe and watch the small miracles of human interaction: smiles, kindness, laughter, chaos, life. You don't have to be understood to be connected. You don't have to be seen to belong. The 1111 energy teaches that the awakened ones who pass this initiation are not those who retreat into ivory towers of light, but those humble enough to keep loving a world that doesn't always love back. That's true mastery. That's true awakening. Because Aquarius, if you let your awakening cut you off from others, you lose the very reason your soul chose to awaken in the first place. You came here to bring heaven to earth, not to escape it. Your presence was never meant to hover above humanity. It was meant to heal it from within. When you reconnect with the collective, you remember that every soul is on its own timeline. Every person is a reflection of your past or future self. Compassion bridges those timelines, so breathe deeply and whisper this affirmation: I am awake and connected. My light shines through love, not distance. That's your power, Aquarius. Not isolation, but inclusion. Because even the brightest star still belongs to a constellation. And just like those stars, your light is meant to shine together. The false light illusion. When ego wears a halo, Aquarius, the third danger of this 11th of November portal is the most deceptive of all: the false light illusion. It doesn't come in darkness. It comes dressed as radiance. It doesn't whisper failure. It whispers perfection. It says, you've done it. You've reached the top. You're no longer like them. And that, beloved water bearer, is how the ego of enlightenment is born. During this 11th of November, gateway, Neptune, the planet of illusion and spirituality, forms a subtle yet powerful alignment with Pluto, the planet of transformation and shadow. Together, they create an energetic mirror that reflects your true spiritual maturity. It asks one sacred question: are you serving the light, or are you serving the image of being the light? At first, it's easy to confuse the two. The more awake you become, the more synchronicities you see, the more you start believing that seeing equals knowing. But awakening isn't about how much you see. It's about how deeply you embody what you see. The false light sneaks in the moment you believe you've arrived. It tells you you've transcended your human limits. It flatters you with visions of superiority. You're ahead of everyone else. You no longer need to learn. And while it feels divine, it quietly feeds separation, not unity. The very opposite of real ascension. This illusion doesn't come from malice. It comes from exhaustion. After years of inner work, shadow clearing, heartbreak, and growth, your soul craves completion. You want to rest, to feel done. But enlightenment isn't a trophy. It's a living rhythm. The moment you stop growing, the light stops flowing. So, the universe tests your discernment. Neptune asks, can you still be humble while seeing deeply? Pluto asks, can you face your shadow even when others call you radiant? You'll know you're drifting into false light when subtle signs appear. You feel impatient with others' journeys, thinking they should know better. You start labeling everything as low vibrational instead of learning from it. You chase constant spiritual highs to prove your progress. You secretly measure your worth by how awake you are compared to others. These are not failures. They are invitations to return to center. Because the real light doesn't shout, it whispers. It doesn't compete. It co-creates. It doesn't divide. It embraces. It doesn't boast. It blesses. True enlightenment isn't loud or flashy. It's quiet confidence, compassion without condition, and a humility that radiates peace instead of pressure. It's walking into a room and shifting the energy without needing to say a word. Aquarius, you are the bridge, not the throne. You're not here to sit above humanity. You're here to transmit truth through humanity. You carry divine codes that flow like water. They must move freely, not pool around pride. Think of it like light passing through glass. When the glass is clear, the light shines purely. But when pride fogs the surface, the light bends and distorts. The ego doesn't destroy your light. It just warps it until it no longer heals. So during this 1111 portal, check your motives gently. Ask yourself these questions whenever you share wisdom, teach, post, or speak. Am I seeking to impress the universe or to embody it? Am I radiating love or am I seeking validation through light? Am I sharing truth or showing off alignment? Because here's the secret. The universe can't be impressed. It can only be expressed through you. The 11/11 energy is like a divine spotlight. It doesn't expose you to shame you. It illuminates you to purify you. It shows who is truly walking in light and who's merely talking about it. This is the spiritual integrity test that separates the performers from the prophets. So walk softly, Aquarius. Be the example, not the exception. Serve the light, not your image of it. And when doubt arises, when your ego tempts you to prove your worth, simply pause, breathe, and remember. The brightest stars don't compete. They just shine. Stay humble, and your glow becomes unshakable. Because when humility guards your light, no illusion can dim it. The timeline split, losing balance between spirit and matter. Now we reach the fourth great danger of this 11th of November portal, Aquarius. The timeline split. It's not fantasy. It's the quantum experience of living between worlds, where multiple realities, dimensions, and energetic possibilities begin merging and dissolving faster than your conscious mind can track. You've probably already felt it. The air feels charged, time feels unstable, and the veil between dream and waking life feels paper-thin. You catch glimpses of déjà vu moments that loop like echoes. Numbers like 1111, 222, 444 appear everywhere, on clocks, receipts, car plates, like coordinates guiding you through invisible corridors. You sense that something monumental is happening, even if you can't describe it in words. This is the timeline split, when your soul exists in several vibrational layers at once, and the danger is subtle but serious, mistaking those higher experiences for the only truth and neglecting the physical world that grounds them. You, Aquarius, are the zodiac's visionary, the bridge between heaven's technology and Earth's evolution. But even the greatest visionaries need rhythm. If you float too high into quantum spaces, obsessed with signs, codes, portals, or ascension updates, you risk disconnecting from the one realm that allows spirit to manifest, the human realm. When you lose that grounding, the symptoms appear quickly. You forget to eat or sleep properly. You withdraw from relationships because no one understands. You start chasing visions instead of living life. You manifest inspiration, but can't follow through. And soon, your energy begins to scatter. Your body weakens, your finances wobble, your focus fragments. The portal that was meant to empower you starts to drain you instead. This is what the 1111 portal tests. Can you stay human while being divine? Can you walk in two worlds without losing either? Astrologically, Saturn plays the anchor role here, the planet of structure, discipline, and reality checks. During this portal, Saturn challenges every awakened soul with one question. Can your enlightenment build something tangible? Can your spiritual awareness pay your bills, heal your relationships, nurture your body, and serve the collective. If it can't, then the energy is incomplete. Aquarius. Enlightenment was never meant to be an escape from life. It was meant to transform life. You didn't come to Earth to float above the storm. You came to architect a new world from within it. Your light was designed to enter systems, business, community, creativity, technology, and rewrite them from the inside out. So when you feel yourself drifting too far into the ethereal, bring yourself back through creation. Write, paint, move, cook, build, dance your downloads into reality. Turn your visions into music, art, healing, or leadership. Because when energy is expressed through action, it becomes anchored. Saturn reminds you, spirituality without structure is spark without firewood. It burns bright for a moment, then disappears. But when grounded through consistent daily practices, journaling, meditation, movement, service, that same spark becomes an eternal flame. The 11/11 energies are powerful because they compress timelines. What once took months can manifest in days, but only if your energy has a home to land in. If your focus is scattered, the miracles will flicker in and out like static. If you're anchored, they'll stay and multiply. So, Aquarius, make Earth your temple again. Drink water with reverence. It's your element. Speak gratitude over your meals before you eat. Clean your space as if clearing the energy grid of your soul. Practice simple human joys, music, laughter, touch. Because these are not distractions from spirituality, they are its heartbeat. Remember this, you didn't incarnate to escape matter. You came to master it. You are a spirit wearing stardust, a cosmic architect sent to build heaven's blueprint on solid ground. That's why your awakening must stay balanced. Too much sky and you drift away. Too much ground and you forget to fly. Your mastery lies in the middle, where light meets form and miracles take root. So as the 1111 portal spins open, ask yourself, am I using my light to escape the world or to elevate it? Because the universe isn't asking you to leave timelines, it's asking you to unify them. When you balance spirit and matter, miracles don't just visit your life, they live in it. They become your new normal, your daily rhythm, your grounded magic. Stay human, stay divine. That's how the water bearer becomes the bridge of worlds. The final test, becoming the light, not chasing it. And now, Aquarius. We arrive at the final and most sacred test of the 11th of November portal. The temptation to keep chasing enlightenment after you've already found it. This is where even the most awakened souls stumble. You've done the work. You've faced your shadow, released lifetimes of karmic density, healed ancestral pain, reconnected with your divine intuition, and yet something deep within you whispers, there's still more. So you chase. You look for the next activation, the next celestial download, the next rare portal that promises a greater awakening. You tell yourself, once I understand this code, once I master this frequency, then I'll finally arrive. But here's the truth, Aquarius. You already have. You've been standing at the destination, mistaking the stillness for stagnation. During this 11th of November alignment, your chart reveals what I call the mirror moment, a cosmic reflection between your inner universe and the outer one. The energy you project becomes the energy that reflects back. If you keep chasing light, the mirror keeps showing distance. If you surrender, the mirror reveals completion. It's a sacred paradox. The more you grasp for enlightenment, the more it slips away. The more you let go, the more it anchors within you. This is the final illusion of awakening, that there's somewhere else to reach. That enlightenment is a mountain with a summit you haven't yet climbed, but true awakening isn't a race, it's a rhythm. It's not about climbing higher, it's about deeper presence. When you stop striving to hold more light, the light finally finds rest within you. It stops being an external goal and becomes an internal frequency, steady, radiant, self-sustaining. This is what the ancient mystics called the zero-point field, the space of stillness where everything already exists, where all timelines converge into one eternal now. It's not emptiness, it's infinite potential disguised as peace. It's the moment you stop trying to manifest and start realizing you are the manifestation. And in that stillness, everything changes. You begin living from peace instead of pursuit. Miracles start finding you instead of you chasing them. Opportunities flow naturally. Synchronicities appear effortlessly. Your energy field becomes magnetic, not because you're seeking light, but because you are light. You see, Aquarius, chasing enlightenment is like running after your own reflection in a pond. The more you reach, the more the surface ripples and the reflection distorts. But when you sit in stillness, when the water calms, the reflection returns, perfectly clear. That's when your true divinity becomes visible. And that's the lesson of this final test. The 11/11 portal doesn't demand more effort. It demands surrender. It asks you to trust that you've done enough, healed enough, become enough. The universe doesn't test your worthiness. It tests your willingness to rest in worthiness. It's not asking, "Are you ready for the light?" It's whispering, "Can you handle the peace that comes when you finally stop seeking it?" Aquarius, the age you were born to represent, the age of air, of awareness, of higher mind, is not about accumulation. It's about integration. The more you integrate what you've learned, the more effortlessly you manifest. Because the truly awakened soul no longer says, "I am becoming the light." They simply live as it. This is divine embodiment, where every word, gesture, and breath carries the vibration of harmony. You begin to notice how your mere presence shifts rooms, calms chaos, inspires clarity. You no longer feel the need to teach. Your life becomes the teaching. You no longer have to seek signs. You are the sign. That's when the universe bows back. That's when life starts aligning around you, not because you commanded it, but because you became compatible with it. So, as this 11/11 portal unfolds, remember, the highest mastery is not in chasing the light. It's in realizing you are already enough light. The journey was never about reaching the divine. It was about remembering you've always been divine. When you stop seeking, you start seeing. When you stop striving, you start shining. And when you finally allow yourself to be, creation begins to flow through you, like breath through the cosmos. So rest, Aquarius, not in apathy, but in divine assurance. Your soul has already arrived. You are the portal, the frequency, the light. And from this stillness, miracles will no longer be something you chase. They'll be something you naturally become. So here's the truth, Aquarius. The 11/11 portal isn't just a doorway to higher consciousness. It's a mirror that shows how ready your soul truly is to embody that consciousness. The danger of being too spiritually awake is forgetting you're also human. But the miracle of being human is that you can express divinity through every breath, every word, every heartbeat. This portal asks you to walk between worlds, with one foot in heaven and one hand reaching out to help others rise. Because you weren't chosen just to awaken, you were chosen to lead. As you move through this sacred day, repeat this affirmation: I am grounded light. I channel heaven through earth. My awakening serves love, not ego. Stay present, Stay humble, stay radiant, because when this portal closes, your energy will not just survive it, it will define it. And if this message resonates, Aquarius, type in the comments, "I am the light in balance," because saying it declares it into the universe.